I'm standing here right outside of Ancient Corinth. You can see the Temple of Apollo right behind me. Remember to track where we are on your map. But we're here in Greece to introduce, here at Corinth, the book of Romans. The 16th chapter of Romans has Corinth written all over it. First of all, verse 1 says, I commend to you Phoebe, our sister, who is a servant of the church in Cenchrea. Cenchrea is the southern port of Corinth. The northern port is Lycaon, right there. Also, verse 3, Priscilla and Aquila, if you remember them from chapter 18 of the book of Acts. And then, if you look at Romans chapter 16, verse 23, Gaius is the host of the whole church in Corinth, and Erastus, in verse 23, is the treasurer of the city of Corinth. So chapter 16 of Romans has Corinth written all over it. Why? Because it was right here in this city, this ancient city of Corinth, Paul wrote the book of Romans. And as we study every chapter and every verse of Romans, the context, the background, the illustration of everything Paul's talking about is right here reflected in the 16th chapter. Corinth is where the gospel worked. Yes, the church had lots of problems, but those are the problems of sanctification. They had been justified. They had been saved. Now God was changing them. The Temple of Apollo behind me reminds me of the power of the truth. The gospel is the truth of Jesus Christ that changes lives. The book of Romans is the greatest expression of the gospel of Jesus Christ. And the Apostle Paul was right here as he was traveling along at the end, near the end of his missionary journeys, and he wrote the summary of Christian doctrine right here at Corinth in the book of Romans. And I hope that as we study it, you see, with this backdrop, geography and history, the power of the gospel of Jesus Christ. I want to read to you just one verse from Romans chapter 1. As the Apostle Paul says, let me back up, in Romans chapter 1, the summary of everything Paul was doing as he preached. He said, verse 16 of chapter 1, I'm not ashamed of the gospel of Christ. It is the power of God to salvation. That's what happened right here at Corinth. The power of God brought salvation to a whole group of people from this city and transformed their lives and spread the gospel to the ends of the earth.